Howdy, pioneers, and one of my favorite pioneers, Becca. How are you?
I'm good. I've just been in editing audiobook like zone. It's just taking so much longer than I thought it would, but I mean it's recorded and everything. I'm just editing at this point, but and
Okay.
luckily there's not I mean, obviously the deadline is the
Release.
book comes out, but um even Zara was like, "Look, it's not the worst thing if it didn't come out the same day." You know what I mean? Like that happens a lot. But it's still a month out, so I'm probably gonna finish this week, so I'm
Oh,
fine.
okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Is there like a
And
quality control that you have to go through, or?
well, see, now when I used to do it when I did it independently, like on like through Amazon, there's it's called ACX. And so because there's so many indie authors that do it, there's like a usually like a they say up to 30 days for them to
Or like a
approve your file.
backlog?
Yeah, I think so, because when I was telling Zara, I was like, "Yeah, doesn't it take normally like 30 days?" I mean, it doesn't normally for me, like, the 2 books that I've done, it only took a couple days, so I was like, "Oh, okay, mine, that was good." But they say it'll take 30 days. But, oh wait, sorry, there's a spam caller. But because I'm uploading it directly to Simon& and Schuster, she said it'll probably I mean, that's like a direct line, you know what I mean? So it probably will only take like a day or 2 of going over the files. So I'm probably fine, you know what I mean? It's just I don't know. I'm trying not to stress about it, but, you know. It kinda sucks because I don't know if you get like this, but when you don't write for a while, it really starts to get to me. So,
Can't
like, I wanna
relate, announced, but I love this for you, Becca.
It's really bothering me. Like I get into a weird antsy state when I don't write. And so but I also know that I need to spend my time finishing the audiobook. So anyway, like a part of me was
I
tempted.
mean,
I
it
was like,
makes sense though, because I mean, you live off your writing, so you know.
yeah, and I want to there's like a screenplay that I want to write because I think it'd be nice to have in my back pocket if I start moving forward with other things. Um And then so much to catch up on. Anyway, I'm gonna be talking forever. So you talk. I don't wanna, like, babble this whole let's catch up
I
with
mean,
Becca on this stream.
I love that though. Welcome to another episode of See You Next, Becca.
Yeah.
I love that though. How I've been? I've been good. Going through life. Yeah, going through life. Not like derogatorily, but just as the human existence.
Yes.
Christmas is over. Loved Christmas. Had a wonderful Christmas. I'm ready to get back in the saddle. I finished my
Okay.
first act, so that is done. I'm gonna go back and like do edits just to clarify my intentions with my daughter, aka Act One.
Okay.
And so that's probably going to be today, tomorrow, and Sunday's goal is to
Okay.
kind of go through and edit Act One so that on Monday I can start writing Act Two. Because I want to make the draft as clean as possible. And I already have notes for what I want to change each chapter.
Yeah.
And it's not so much like moving stuff back and forth. It's more like, maybe adding a line about something or making sure that I picked up the thread that I wanted to pick up and like
Right.
uh, you know, yeah, just go through it and make sure that everything that I want to present to my dev editor
Yeah.
is there. That's my
Okay.
goal. So,
Okay.
and then
Now
she can be like, this doesn't work, or she can be like, that is a marvelous plot line. Good job,
yeah.
youngster.
Yeah, no, I mean, because sometimes even when you, give it to a developmental, the develop I can't say
Cool.
that, a dev editor, I'll just say that, the dev editor, um, it's like sometimes there genuinely isn't anything like they can tell you to bring out certain things, but if you've got it solid and you have like the plot and there's no plot holes and everything's
Oh,
like
I don't think I don't have plot holes or like it doesn't make
you
sense. I'm sure there'll be
but you don't
abundance
know
of
that. I
notes.
mean, and
But
but they'll always
yeah,
give you something, obviously, but it's just yeah, because I mean,
I just
I'm
want to make sure that I'm telling the story that I want to tell. That's like
yeah,
my intention with this
yeah,
draft.
no,
Because
for
the
sure.
first one, I was just like, okay, it was an everything sandwich of like, oh, I want witches, I want demons, I want this thing,
Yes.
I want I have a sex scene here, a burning church here. Like I
Right.
want imagery here, and then when I looked at my first draft and I was like, okay, what do I actually have? A
Yeah.
lot of pieces didn't really fit the story that I wanted to tell or the core of the story.
Okay.
So I got to pick away like the things that didn't work, like no witches, even though I love witches,
I
but I
know.
was writing that as I was watching Agatha all
Yes.
along, so that makes sense. And I'll
Totally.
just tuck them away for another story.
Yeah.
And like I picked apart a lot of the plot lines. I got rid of a lot of the characters because it was turning into character soup.
Okay.
Um, and then I kind of brought out more the characters that I already had in the book.
Okay.
Um, and also because I had an idea for a sequel, so in order for the sequel to be more punchy or more vibrant or viable, I
Yeah.
guess, there were certain characters that I had to bring forward in the line
Okay. Gotcha.
and focus on, and then other storylines had to go into the background. So now one of
Okay.
the major storylines I had for the first book, or for the first draft rather, was the sibling relationship, and I wanted to explore that and like
Yeah.
yada 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 back and forth. But now that I'm kind of examining the story, I realize that it's actually not the sibling relationship that is the important relationship in the story, even though
Oh,
I wanted to write that. It is
okay.
the uncle niece relationship that is the important one. And because she's such
Nice.
a foil of him, like a mirror of him. So I
Okay.
think it'll be a lot more interesting exploring her story and what that means. And also, she's the point of view character for the second book.
Oh,
So, having her more present in the current book
yeah.
makes more sense for her
Yeah.
to have a point of view in the
I
next
can
book.
naturally move to the next one. Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of that, and a lot of just kind of.
Oh, wow. That's big. I mean, that's good. That's great. And okay, so do you think you'll be finished well before June? June is when you're giving it to the
Oh
editor.
no, I'm a perpetual procrastinator. I will be done May 31st at 11:59, but I
Okay.
will be done.
Yes, you'll be
So,
done.
but yeah, you can give me a year and I'll have it done in a week, or you can give me a week and I'll still have it done in a week. So
Right. I gotcha. I mean,
yeah.
I'm like the opposite, like, you give me a year and I'm done in the first week, but, like, sometimes I have done that because, sometimes I miscalculate. Like, with this audiobook, I miscalculated how much time it was gonna take me. Because in the past, I don't think I did as good of a job on my other audiobooks in the sense of
Oh,
I didn't know.
well, you live and you learn,
Yeah,
experience,
exactly.
of
Like,
course, is going
I
to enhance it.
yeah, and I think I'm a lot more technical now, like, every little pop and things like that, I can hear and bothers me, and I don't think I even heard them the first time I did an audiobook in the sense of just, like, it didn't bother me, and honestly, it probably shouldn't bother me, and I should probably let a lot of them go, but because it does and because I can hear it, um, I've just been a lot more so I think I just yeah, I underestimated it, and, but I think, and the other thing is I'm so sick of listening to my voice, and I'm in that, like, imposter syndrome of just, like, "This sounds like crap, I'm talking too fast, why am I doing this? Maybe I should just let it go and have somebody else do it." Um, but then also, I'm on the other board where it's like, maybe this is something that I could make a secondary living on if I got better at it, and I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what would you have to pay, like $1,500 or something to make an audiobook? 2,000?
Yeah, I mean, well,
If you're
the
going to
thing
hire a
is,
voice actor, I
if
mean.
you were gonna hire somebody, yeah, and so that could be a really good side income, you know? Um, and yeah, because the thing with like, I could have just been patient and waited and then, like Sarah's already gotten audiobook deals for the other two thriller authors, Chandra and Kate. And I could have waited, but if I waited, it definitely wouldn't have come out on the day of because there's just like a little bit of lag time. Um, so that was my choice. Like either I do it myself and I know it comes out the day the book comes out, or I wait and hope that an audiobook company will pick it up through Simon and Schuster. And
Oh.
then but who knows? Like, they may never pick it up, and if they do, then it might come out 6 months later, and, like so it just was about me, I honestly being a self-published author for the last 12 years, the control thing.
I mean, but also self-pubbing, like, well, this is trad-pubbed, but like
Yeah,
your self-published career, like an audiobook, would be such an asset because a lot of people,
I
when they
know.
buy self-published books, they buy either audiobooks or ebooks.
Yes, exactly. And so it's
So
just like I wanted it to be available, and I figured because it is, based on a true story, that it would be appropriate for me to narrate since, the main character is me essentially. So, I don't know, it makes sense, but, you just in the last throes of it, you just start going through all the self-doubt and everything.
uh, forever the struggling artist.
I know.
Let's say hello to some people. Kage is here. Hello, hello. Amazon is usually faster than they say.
Yeah, it's so true. Like, they'll give you that, but then they'll be like, "Oh, it's approved the next day." You're like, "Well, okay, thank you."
Scheduling regular off time from writing helped me get less anxious about non-writing time. It's weird because I always used to get anxious when not writing.
That's how I am. I do get anxious when I don't write. And then when I write, I feel so good. Like, my mood is amazing for the rest of the day. I'm all like, "La, la, la," like, and it's like, even if I just wrote, like, a paragraph, you know?
I'm getting to the point where I can just sit down and write and don't have to stress about it.
That's
So
nice.
that's, I mean, it's taken 10 years, but
What you got
now I
there?
can crank out like 1,000 words in an evening, and that's big for me. Like,
That's
as
big for
someone who used to like
anybody.
struggle with 100 words, I can now
Yeah,
comfortably like whip out 1,000 words in a couple of
that's amazing.
sprints. So
Oh,
that's nice.
I love that.
I think the knowledge that I'm supposed to be off helped a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Setting boundaries can help for sure.
Who knew?
Who knew? Yeah.
I love when writers narrate their own books. It's just a different
Oh,
vibe in a good way.
thank you. Oh, that makes me feel better. Yeah, because you start to go through that, like, spiral of, like,
I
"Wow."
think definitely there's a layer to it being basically your story. Well, not
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
intellectual property wise, but I think
Yeah.
that adds a lot of familiarity and maybe a closeness that a another narrator might not have picked up on.
Yeah.
Um, so it is very interesting. I'm very excited for the results.
Yeah. The only thing is, though, I gotta say, it's like when the difference, right? When I was doing audiobooks for my self-published books, if there was, like, a sentence or something that I was like, "Oh, that's a bit clunky," or "That's a little bit awkward," I could just change it. Whereas now I'm, like, stuck with it. Like,
Oh, you can't take like creative liberties because it's tradpubbed?
no, it's TradPub, yeah, you can't edit your book after it's done. So
Nobody's gonna know.
that's hard. Well, to be fair, I mean, there have been a couple times where I have done it because I was just like, I repeated a word in the same sentence, and I tried to never do that, but, like and I just got missed, right? But I'm like, "Well, I don't have to say that word. I can say something else."
You heard it here first, guys.
If you want the edited version of the book, I get the audiobook.
The voice inflections are different. You know which words way more. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because it would be interesting to hear somebody else narrate one of your own books.
Do you
Because
do like full voices production
I
or do you
don't.
just do your voice?
I do my voice and, I'll, like, lower my voice for, like, the male voices, but I won't do,
Do you
like,
do accents?
luckily, there are no accents.
Oh,
So,
they're all from the same place. Dang. Dang
thank God.
nabbit.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't do accents. I like I would the imposter syndrome would just be too deep. I could never do an accent. Even if I was great
Rosamund
at it.
Rosamund Pike does accents for the Wheel of Time for like
Yeah,
the different lands and countries. And one of the countries has a Texan accent. And the first time I heard it, it threw me so much off. Not the accent itself, but just
yeah,
like, wait, what is this cowboy doing in this fantasy world? What do you mean? And it's great. She's so much fun. I love it.
yeah. I mean, I just don't I feel like it would feel disingenuous if I did, like, character work because that's just not me, and I mean, I've listened to a lot of audiobooks, and I like both, I love it when, like, some narrators go all out and they do voices and they do everything, but I also like the kind that just sort of read the story with,
She just voices and accents and
Yeah.
inflections, and she sings a bunch of the songs in the books.
That's
She actually
amazing.
sings them.
She's like an actual
So
voice actor, you know? So, yeah. There's like
so
I think
it's
there's like
a lot of fun. I enjoy her narrations. I'm very excited. I'm diving into the fourth book this year. That's the
okay.
goal, to finish the fourth installment.
I feel
So
like
we'll
if I'm
see.
gonna tackle that series, I would do the audiobook.
Oh, 10 out of 10. I mean, are you like a 2 times speed girly?
I'm like a 1.5 or
Okay.
1.25.
Because the audiobooks are forever and a day long, like 24 hours plus
I
each and every
know.
one
I
of
just
them.
don't like listening. I can comprehend it when it's when it's double, but it just I don't get that like
Yeah.
feeling like
I
I'm
deliberately play it on one time, like no speed up, because I'm like trying to train myself out of like
speeding it
quick
up.
consumption or like,
Yeah, although
impatientness.
1.25 still sounds normal to me.
Oh, it doesn't to me. Like if I
Really?
do 1.25
Yeah.
and then I go back to 1 point, it's like they're dragging the words.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I
So
mean. It's like when I hear 1.25, that sounds like normal talking, and then when I go down to normal, it sounds like they're talking
yeah.
like
And
this.
I'm trying to train
I
the need
gotcha.
for
Okay.
like instant stimulus out of my brain. So I'm like, no, everything 1 time speed, even though it kills me.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'll try normal first. Although because I was doing one of the Brandon Sanderson books at
Oh,
audiobook. Because I was kind of going back and forth between the Kindle and then the audiobook. Um and yeah, I eventually I just had to do the 1.25 because I feel like sometimes some narrators do talk slower so people can have that range.
I don't know. I don't know. It's working for me, but I can see why
Yeah,
people would get impatient, especially
yeah,
when the audiobook is 24
I
hours
know.
plus.
That's how the Brandon Sanderson ones are too. It's all like
Yeah.
26 hours. You're like, "What?" That's like a
But if you
full-time
only
or
do
part-time
an
job.
hour a day, that's only 24 days, which is not too bad for a Brandon
That's
Sanderson book or
actually
a Robert Jordan book.
you're right. That's actually not that bad. I mean, I
Yeah.
usually read about a book a month anyway, so
Yeah, and like reading a Wheel of Time book in a month is such a big feat for me
that's
because those
you're
are
right.
girthy.
I was gonna say,
It
like,
took
the Brandon
me,
Sanderson books, yep, they'll take me months.
yeah, I used 3 years on the latest Wheel of Time book, number three that I read.
3 years?
So yeah,
Yeah.
900 something days I think I used.
Wow.
But it's like listening to a chunk and then not listening for 6 months and then listening to
Yeah,
another
that's true.
chunk and then not listening for 6 months. So it's not
You
900
literally just
consecutive
said
days.
you could do it in a month if you just
I mean, I
listened an hour a
could,
day.
but I don't. But I
Yeah,
could. But I
yeah.
don't. But I could.
What a good.
But I
Probably would
could. Kaiko is here. Hello, hello. And Laura is at a bagel shop. I love a bagel.
Oh, fun.
Kagehime considered getting YouTube Premium to watch videos on 4 times speed. That is diabolical.
Oh, I couldn't
That is,
understand
yeah, you're frying your brain.
that.
I love the Dungeon Crawler Carl audiobooks. The narrator does the
Oh.
wildest voices for the characters, but I also like audiobooks where the narrator mostly just uses their voice. That's
Yeah,
nice.
me too. I'm a fan of both. Like, it's just it depends because I honestly greatly admire voice actors where they're just like I mean that's one of the reasons why I think Critical Role is so popular because you know you've literally got a table full of voice actors. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, I
And some
just
of them
know
are attractive too.
they're all. Well, yeah, I guess yeah. I was gonna say so they were all attractive, and then I was like.
He had another secret project, by the way, The Fires of December. This man never stops.
Wow.
Brandon Sanderson, I presume?
Yeah,
Of course he
maybe.
did.
I didn't know about that. Yeah,
I
probably.
feel you, Becca, still sitting on the Way of Kings. Is that what you're reading?
I mean, I love Way of okay, that it is part of the Stormlight Archive series. Way of Kings is my favorite. The second book is Words of Radiance. That's my second favorite. Both those two books are amazing. But honestly, 3 through 5 are like not great. They're okay. Like it's like Brandon Sanderson has this thing that he does where like the third book was okay. The fourth book was like I struggled to get through the first 500 pages out of like
I'm just like,
1,200.
there's no story that needs to be told over 4 books. That's my stance. And I know I'm
And it's
saying that
5.
reading Wheel of Times, which
I know
is
you are. Wait.
14 books or whatever,
No.
but I still feel it in the Wheel of Time story. Like this could have been wrapped up. This could have like these
Yeah.
15 chapters I just listened to could have been an email.
I know, and that's like the first 2 books, I loved every word. Like I was actually into it, you know, like I didn't feel that way. But 3 through 5, I was like, I don't know. It just felt like, why are we talking about this? This is not like you said, it could be an email. So yeah, and the 5th book, I gotta tell you, I've read the first 20 pages and I couldn't finish.
Oh, yoinks.
Yeah, because the 4th book, like I said, it took a lot of pressure from the boy I used to nanny. He's the one who got me into Brandon Sanderson. He's like your age. I always call him the boy I used to nanny, but I'm all like, he's like 36.
The grown ass man.
But but he was like, he was the one who kept on saying, like, you gotta finish. Because Brandon Sanderson does have that thing where the last like 300 pages are like crack. They're amazing and they're just crazy. But it's like you have to read like 800 pages to get there.
Yes.
I didn't want to do that, but I
I've
couldn't
only
do it.
read his Mistborn trilogy, the first one, and then I read the first in the
Right.
Wax and Rain series.
Okay.
And I enjoyed them. And the Stormlight Archive is so much thicker. But then I think I've started Stormlight Archive at some point. But there's like a forward to a prologue to like a chapter 0 to
Yeah.
another prologue, and I'm like, this is too much. I don't care about this old king. I don't care about nothing. Like, just give
Yeah.
me a
I
story.
mean, that prologue is like only like a couple pages, but like I don't know, man. There's just something about way like I said, I don't know if it just hit me at that right time in life. You know how when there's a specific book and it's just the absolute perfect timing in your life and it just becomes like your entire existence. It's just like it was like that for me with Way of Kings. Like I was gonna get a tattoo.
Oh dang.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad I didn't, but
Yeah.
but yeah.
Maybe I'll get around to the Stormlight Archive after I finish the Wheel of Time. I'm only on book
Hey,
4, so
just read the first 2 books and pretend they ended there.
okay, okay, that's a pro tip, pro tip. My last novella was 11.4K.
So,
I heard that a lot about Wind and Truth,
yeah,
Sandy
that's the first
Lange.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, let's get the party going. You're gonna edit the audiobook and
S
I'm gonna gather my revision thoughts for Act 1. I think my first order of business is actually noting down everything I want to change because I just have scattered notes here and there. So I'm gonna combine them into a revision document.
Okay. I am going to try and get through this chapter. I don't know, it's a longer one, so I don't know if I'll be able to, but this is crossing fingers that audiobook narrator Becca wasn't, like, clicking her freaking mouth 100,000,000 times. 'Cause even just, like, opening your mouth makes a clicking noise, and I was so careful not to do that, and I still ended up having so many. So and again, I don't know if it's because I have this new mic, which was fantastic for taking out background, but maybe it picks up the clicks more, you know? So, anyway,
Maybe it picks up the foreground, who's to say?
yeah, like, it really picks up every single thing in your voice.
Yeah. Okay, let's get this show on the road. I'm struggling a lot with my computer lately, so if anything falls apart during the sprints, know that I have always loved you. Okay. Let's be productive. What time are we looking at? Do you want to do 30, 40?
Yeah, 30 or 40 is fine. I guess we could do 40.
I guess we can do 40. Okay, here we
I feel
go.
like I could finish this chapter in 40. So let's do 40. You're still muted.
Sorry, my headset turns off at like 35-minute mark, which is so annoying.
Oh, that's so wild.
Yeah. How did you do for that sprint? Did you finish?
No. I'm so close though.
No.
I think I would have, but there was one piece of audio that needed to be re-recorded. So I've got my
Oh,
microphone here, so I re-recorded it, and I had to kind of do it a couple times to make it match the tone of what was there before. So
gotcha.
I've only had to re-record things about 4 or 5 times though so far. So that's pretty low considering.
That's
It'll just
good.
be like a weird crinkle sound, and there's just you can't edit that out. So it's just like, okay, gotta re-record it.
I'm sorry I have to re-record, but that's pretty good though for a home studio.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, what's crazy is that there's a bunch of construction going on right now, and even just having this at my desk and not doing the whole thing in my closet in the, sound booth, you really can't hear anything in the background. So I probably
Cool.
could have done it at my desk.
The best free mic you ever got. No, cheap? Or no, you got it for free.
Did.
No.
I
Yay.
did. Yes.
Well, I guess it was quid pro quo, service for a service, but
No, that's true. I had to do the sort of, "This is why it's amazing."
which you're so good at.
Yeah. Well, good because I was genuine. Like, I was genuinely saying the truth, like, "This mic saved my butt."
That's fun.
How'd you do?
Uh, I just did a really simple, listed all the scenes in the first act, and then just bullet points. Okay, this is what I want to fix.
Okay.
For example, scene 2, where I used the word pang and gnawing a lot to describe my character's emotions. And I just made a note: word check, pang, and gnawing. Variety is the spice of life and the range of human emotions. So
I love it.
that's just something that I want to touch on. Or what's the next one? Fix vague town description, stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So nothing like, because I just think, as I say, is an old town. So instead of just having that, I'll just describe the town.
Right.
And it's not a lot of work, but it's work that I think will enhance the reader experience of Devon.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Get us into the vibe of the old town.
So that's what I did. Or just like if there's any clunky metaphors, I noted that. I noted like all the he thought, she saw, he heard, he realized thingamajigs that I'm gonna fix.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just making a list in Notion, going through the scene after scene, and just noting what I wanna kind of trying to not get too nitpicky with the pros, because it might get chopped later. But some of them are easy fixes. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's stuff that you're gonna fix, so might as well.
yeah, and like at some point I will have to describe this town anyway, so I might as well do it now.
Yeah.
Let's see what our friends did. Um, I loved Attack on Titan when it came out, and then I read Claymore and realized that I like the genre. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
And Laura wrote song lyrics last night. This morning, they want to find someone who can arrange the music for it. Oh my god, that's so sweet.
That
I
was
sometimes
amazing.
feel like popular books stay so popular because people who don't normally engage with it find it. We're joined by Marta. Hello. I only just got home and got to deal with a family thing, but I wanted to wish everyone a happy, fun writing time. Thank you so much, Marta. I wish you a happy, fun family assortment time.
Yes.
We're joined by a Kitty and Chandler. Hello, hello. And Eva is here. Kagehime got 254 words, and then Rings Roses. Miss Rings Roses got 453 world building background stuff for a character I've been needing to tackle. All
Nice.
important work.
Yes.
I had a question that I wanted to present to you, but now I have forgotten.
Uh-oh. Was it about I don't even know.
It was about something book related, because I was doing my notes. I was like, oh wait, I gotta ask Becca about this because she would know.
Yeah. Oh.
But here we are, me having forgotten
That's
everything, and there's too
that
many notes to just skim reading. Okay, so let's see. Yeah,
so
no,
wait,
I can't find it.
What do you think you're gonna tackle on the next sprint? Are you actually gonna actually now do those changes?
Maybe I could for the chapters that I've written down, question mark.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some character introductions that I'm not sure of if it fits the vibe or if
Oh,
I want to hold off and introduce them later.
oh,
So we'll see. It's like later being the immediately following scene.
okay.
But I think I'll keep it for now and see what the dev editor sees.
Okay.
Um,
Right now, are you gonna give this to anybody else before you give it to the editor? Or are you just gonna
Probably not.
okay. You're just gonna give it straight to the editor.
In the like, because I had a bunch of calls with her, and she said that. What did she say? I was just looking at this the other day because I'm doing this second draft, which is going to be like as good as I can get it story wise.
Yeah.
I'm doing a draft with the editor, and then she wants me to send it to beta readers after that.
Okay. So she's like, "Give it to me first, and then let's give it to beta readers."
She's not necessarily give it to me first. She just says in this process, at this stage, it's ideal to have like 3 beta readers ready to go, and then we can incorporate that back in the second round of dev edits.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, it does make more sense then to do it after
I
she
mean,
does.
ideally, I would love to have beta readers or critique partners look at the story before the dev editor, because the more I can fix before the dev editor,
Right.
the better the story will be. But I just think it's a time thing
Yeah.
because I've booked with her in June.
Right.
So I don't think I have time to write a full draft and then give it out to critique partners and expect them to read it and then get it back and then do another round of revisions if it's like a big structural
Right.
thing and then be ready for a dev editor in June.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you probably need to finish it, I would by April to do that or something like that, just to possibly yeah, don't stress yourself out. Yeah, no, I think that's good. Just give it to her and then give it to the betas.
Yeah.
So then what do
Uh,
you think your timeline would be for publishing after that?
oh, I do not know if I'll publish it.
Oh, you don't know if you're gonna publish it. Oh, I thought this was the one you were definitely gonna publish.
I don't know if I'm publishing. This is the one I think, but I just like I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with it. I just know that I enjoy it enough to want to work with a dev editor on it.
Do you think that
Uh,
maybe after you get her notes, that's when you'll decide or
um, if we do a dev edit this summer, ideally, because the book takes place from late June into early mid-July, so I think a like spring release time slot, I think that'd
okay.
be fun,
Okay.
just so that you can read the book over the summer when the story happens.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not like sold or locked into anything.
Okay.
But I guess 2027 makes sense for release year
Okay.
if I work with a dev editor now.
Yeah.
And then I would book a copy editor for the fall, and then the book would be ready like hopefully by Christmas or over Christmas so that I can start working on the marketing stuff.
That would be awesome.
We'll
Yeah, 'cause
see, we'll
if
see.
you could have, like, a finished draft and then because that way, if you did it through, like, Ingram Spark, you'd have the finished copy uploaded, and then you could actually do a pre-order campaign through them. Because the only thing about Ingram Spark is that, whatever you upload when you do a pre-order, that's the copy they're gonna give, even if you d make changes later on, you're like, "Oh, shoot, I'm gonna
Oh, that's
change it."
crazy though.
It is crazy. I saw a couple of author tubers, find out the hard way that, like, their rough draft got into the hands of
Oh, got it.
because they wanted to
And
have
also,
the
ideally, I would like to write at least the first draft of the second book before I publish the first one.
oh, yeah, I'm kind of thinking about that too for this new series that I'm working on because I already have the second book planned, like, I know what's gonna happen. So part of me is like, "Okay, do I just, like, fast draft both and then work on, obviously, the first one and get that one ready, but then I have the second one to then dive into." I don't know, because then if there's a 3rd
Yeah.
book, where's that going? So like,
My
oh,
ideal flow would
right.
be like finish this draft by like May and then work with a dev editor for like June, July, August maybe, and
Right.
maybe into September, and
Okay.
then start working on like covers and marketing plans and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
and simultaneously start writing the first draft of the second book.
Yeah.
So that by the time the book publishes, say like spring, summer, but you don't really publish it in summer, do you? But like spring next year,
Yeah.
like I would have a first draft of the second book. So like it
Yeah.
wouldn't be like a 5 year gap until, the sequel comes out, even though it's a
I know.
standalone with series potential and it is a
Okay.
completed story and there's no sense of like,
Yeah.
oh, there's more to the story.
Okay.
Um, so I think that would be
Okay.
my ideal
So you have
scenario. Like,
yeah, you've given yourself some time. I've made that mistake a couple of times where I leave it on a cliffhanger and then um yeah, I did that with my middle grade book. And I didn't think it mattered because I was like, no one's reading the middle grade books because they're so hard to market, right? But this little girl wrote to me from Virginia and she was like, it was her favorite book. Like, she was like, and so she was like, when is the next one coming out? And it had already been like 2 years since I had written that. And I was like, oh no. Does that mean I
there's
have
still a series that I'm waiting for a sequel for, and there's been 10 years, and I'm still
I
mad that the author isn't
I
publishing.
wrote the book for her. Like, I literally wrote it for her, and I dedicated it to her, and then
Oh,
her
that's sweet.
yeah, her mom sent me a picture for that Halloween when it came out, and she got the second book cover printed out in a giant, like, cardboard thing and put that for Halloween. She was like, "My
I
favorite."
love that.
So, it was so sweet, but it was just like yeah, I was yeah. No, and honestly, her reaction to the book, like, her mom then wrote to me, she's all like, "Look, I every night she is under her bed with a flashlight reading your book, like, she's read it, like, 15 times." And I was just like, I
That
had to
makes it all worth it though, doesn't
yeah,
it?
it was all worth it, like, even if she's the only kid that ever read the book, it was so worth it.
That's
Um,
sweet.
yeah, which is scary now because that was, like, 10 years ago, and I think she was 11, so that means she's, like, 21 or
Oh my
something.
gosh, she's through college at this point. Dang.
Is that crazy?
Wow. That
Yeah.
is crazy. But yeah, no, that's my logic. Like to publish book one and having book two first draft written
Okay. That's smart. Yeah.
so that, I don't publish book one and then start working on book two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's like a standalone series potential. I want to do the second book. I think that's the next project, and then kind of close the door or close the drawer on the Kawa universe for now. There could be more books in the future, but I have no
Okay.
specific ideas.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. I mean,
so
if you have it fully planned for 2, then yeah, I mean, that sounds great. I mean, 'cause I'm same with my new series. I only have 2 books planned, but it could potentially be like a mystery series. So it's not, but I don't wanna now start thinking of like, "Oh, I'm gonna," just do the 2.
yeah, I mean that's just the ideas I have, and I don't even have a story. Like I have a concept for the second novel. I have the point of view character, the concept, and that's about it.
Okay.
So, but I
Well,
do
I
think
mean, it's
and I have
cool.
the midpoint plot twist for the second book.
Ooh, sometimes.
So
So,
I
yeah,
think I think it'll be a fun exploration of the universe,
yeah.
expanding on the universe and adding to the universe of the first book.
Okay,
But like the first book is a closed story with like a bow on it. So
okay. That's perfect. Yeah.
um
No
yeah.
pressure on
So
yourself. Like
yeah,
I
I think that'd be I think that'd be fun. Yeah, there's not gonna be an 11-year-old girl in Virginia reading this book,
Where
hopefully.
is the minute? Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
But that is my strategy. So that's why I haven't really settled on a release date yet for the first book, because I'm like, I don't know, do I want to release this? Do I want to lock it in time, or do I just want to write it and work with the dev editor and get like a book, but like for me and not necessarily the world?
Okay.
And that's sort of and then yeah, that's sort of the thought process. So I think once I've worked with the dev editor, I'll sit down and see, okay, how can I feasibly write the second book, first draft, and when can I then publish my book?
Okay.
So
That makes sense.
lots of things to think about. I'm an overthinker. Hello, I'm a Capricorn.
I'm an overthinker too, so I'm not
Yeah.
Capricorn though, but
Yeah, but yeah, that's just I don't have any specific dates in mind, but if I do publish, it would be 2027, which sounds so
Yeah.
crazy because so far away, but
I know,
still
because it
so
goes so
close.
fast. Yeah. I know.
So
I hate thinking of, like, especially when you're excited about something and you're working on it, and then you're like, "Okay," and it's currently 2026, and then you're like, "This is gonna be 2028," and you're like, "Oh, that sounds awful."
yeah, I'm mostly excited for the process though, and not
Yeah,
necessarily the publishing, because like it's very different for me because this is not a job, this is not something, this is not a
yeah,
side hustle even. This is just a hobby that I take care in and that I don't mind spending money on,
yeah,
basically, which sounds horrible when I say it out loud, but that's the truth.
yeah,
Um,
mm,
like I'm surrounded with all these people who working to make a career out of it. I'm just like, eh,
yeah,
but we all move through life differently, I guess.
yeah. I mean, that's how it was when I first got out here. I was working in wardrobe because, I can sew, I can do all that stuff. And it's all like, but my real passion was writing, and I felt bad because I was like with all these people who are legitimately trying to make their career doing wardrobe, and I'm just like, you're not doing that though. But I
No,
was,
I mean I love my mortal job, so
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I
Um,
don't. I could never do this full time. Oh, the pressure of having to write a book to make money, Jesus Christ, kill me now. But clocking in nine to
yeah,
five, sign me the fuck up.
I love
That's
it.
my thesis. I could have become a sewer though. When I applied for colleges, I applied for nursing school and I applied for costume design school, like textile school.
Oh,
So in some
okay.
universe out there, there is a Stieg that's working on a theater production making costumes right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, did not know what I wanted to do after whatever's before high school, university. I don't know.
I just wanted to be in the film industry, so for me, it was just like whatever skills I had, I was just that's how I got in. So, sewing happened to be one of those skills. So
And it got you in.
it got me in. It got me in. Yeah.
Mary Andis here, so sweet though.
Oh, the
And
little girl.
yeah, the little girl,
Yes.
I think. And that sounds awesome. Not sure what sounded awesome, but cool beans.
I think that
I
was
mean,
back
yeah,
when we were
what else?
talking about
Oh, what else is the
yeah,
point?
yeah,
Hey Steve, hey Becca, hello JC, and hello everyone. That seems healthier though, I can't lie.
yeah.
That's fair. Um, I have a very relaxed relationship to my writing. For a hobby, it is very time consuming, I will say. Like I spend a lot of time thinking about writing, reading about writing, streaming about
Yeah.
writing for someone who's just having this as a hobby. I will say. So I don't know, the ROI, time investment wise, let's not
Well,
talk
look,
about it.
if you ended up okay, let's say you ended up making a crap ton of money on your book, right? Enough that you could retire if you wanted to. Would you like would that sway you at all?
In terms of writing books full time,
Mhm.
no.
Okay, so even the money wouldn't sway you.
No.
Okay.
I need a job. I could not sit at home all day writing books. That would drive me up the wall. I would peel up my floorboards looking for that ticking heart. It's not for
Well,
me.
some people like, who have that, like who, need to get out, right? Some people like rent out a space, like in an office space, so that they have a destination that they go to every day where they write.
We
Um,
don't have really have that in Norway. Like co-working
oh,
spaces, it's not a thing.
well, no, I mean just to rent a space, like an
Oh,
actual
like
office.
an office anywhere?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still then I don't want to rely on my discipline
Okay. Yeah,
to
yeah, but if
make
your
money.
one book's just making that money and it keeps making
Oh,
that
true.
money.
In that scenario, but I still think, I mean, this is me saying something that I have no grounds of saying, but I like even if I won like $10 million in the lottery, I
Yeah,
think I would still need a job to feel like a human.
okay. I mean, I
Yeah.
long I'm asking, I was the same way for a lot of years. So it's like, like I think we talked about that. Like I started working at like 13 and then I stopped working because of Stefan's work when I think I was about 45. So that's a long span of time to be working, you know? So for me, I had that like head cut off feeling of like, what am I doing? Oh my God. And I went overboard and ended up writing like way, way too much because I was like trying to overcompensate, I think, for not having that day job anymore. Um, so it's just interesting because now I'm in a place where I could go back to like a 9 to 5, but I am making enough money. You know what I mean? Like, but I am kind of going a little nuts. Just I don't really leave my apartment that often. So anyway,
I think if I could decide, the ideal work week would be 4 days of my mortal job and then 1 day of writing.
okay.
I think that's something I could live with.
Yeah.
Asterisks, it would affect my pension, which I'm not crazy about
Mm,
because, government job
yeah.
generates a pension in Norway. And you can invest money on your own, yada yada, all of that jazz. But I still would feel like the drive to earn my pension, which is so capitalistic of me, but it is the truth. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I would missing it. Also, I thrive in like a coworker environment, so I would miss
That's the
that.
part I miss. That is the part
Yeah.
I miss because honestly, that like if when I think about it, the only people I've ever dated, married, everything was people I met at work because I would be able to get to know them, kind of, scope them out and then like figure out if I like them or not. And then, whatever. But that is like the only way I've ever dated. So I don't know if I'll ever date again if I don't get a job.
Yeah, that's not usually an issue for me, but I thrive in a co-working space. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying, JC, like, don't get me wrong, writing is definitely a job and
Yeah.
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of
But I
work. Yeah.
think it's one of those, there's a meme that goes around that's like, why would you work 9 to 5 when you can quit and do something you love 24/7 or whatever that quote is
Right.
like? Why would you leave a corporate job 9 to 5 and then start working for yourself? Because you'll just work 24/7. And I think that's me with writing. Like, I would feel like a constant urge to like produce something to make the
Mhm.
money
No, that's
ins-
100% true.
instead of
100%
just
true.
like clocking in to a job and just
Yeah.
shooting the shits with a coworker and then
No,
go
that
home.
100%. There is so much less I felt so much less. I actually published more books in a calmer way when I had my full-time job, because that was like the first 10 books I published were while I had a full-time job. And there was so much less pressure. And I didn't have that like I was like, oh, I just kept to the schedule of like traditionally published where you publish one a year. And that was perfect. It was just like one a year. I was doing a trilogy. I would do three, then I would do three more for my next trilogy, and having that stability. And I wrote more because I wasn't stressed. I would on the weekends or I'd after work or whatever. To be fair, I had night shift, so and most of my creative juices are in the day, so it did work perfectly in the sense that I could write during the day and then go clock in at night. um yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, but I just don't know. I don't know if I can see myself doing that anymore, but
Yeah. I mean, I haven't tried not having a 9 to 5. Like you, I've had a job since I was 15.
yeah,
So, not clocking in or not being expected to show up somewhere at like 7 in the morning or 8 in the morning is not really something I can fathom. But yeah, I think like you, it would stress me out to know that,
yeah,
okay, everything I do has to be to make money because I
yeah,
need to live.
yep,
Like
exactly.
anything has to be monetized, everything has to be content. Like, how can I make whatever I'm doing now content? I think
Yep,
that
that's
that
stressful.
24/7 drive
Mhm.
would not work for me. I think I would crash.
It's stressful. Yeah, it is stressful because even like something like, oh, something that I used to just find pure escapism into would be like to make a bag, or sew. And now my brain goes, you should really film that, and put it on da, da, da. And it's just like, why? I don't want to, everything doesn't have to be content, but it
But if
does.
not what you make money off, then
I know.
So yeah, those are my very half-baked thoughts about quitting a 9 to 5 to pursue
Hey,
writing full
well,
time.
you can wait till you're 45 when I did it. So maybe
Not
we'll
too far away,
I
Miss
guess
Smith. Not too far
revisit.
away, Rebecca.
Is it like 7 years or something like that? We'll
Yeah,
revisit.
I can look 45 in the eyes at very soon.
Like, oh, this was
So
the year. This was the year that I quit my after.
45, is that when you quit?
That was when, yeah, when Stefan started getting work outside of the country and stuff, and it was like, okay, either I'm going to stay here at my job or I'm going to come with him, and then that means I would have to quit. So that's what we did. And I'd already published, like I said, 10 books by then. They were already making money, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep going with this.
I mean, check in with me in 8 years and see how I feel about it.
Okay,
But
I will.
currently, I do enjoy my mortal job
Yeah,
a lot.
honestly, like I said, when I was your age, I would have been like, nope.
Yeah. It's the health insurance making all the decisions for me, babes. It's not
Yeah,
even that in me because we have,
yeah, you've got
we
great.
have public healthcare, but
That
yeah,
was
it's
for
very
me
much
too,
this.
Anna.
Easy to remind me in eight
In
years.
8 years, am I gonna
Um,
quit my day job?
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Those are my, I don't know. I don't know, Becca. But thank you so much for the conversation because it is important to talk about. You're
Yeah.
so Capricorn. I am.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to apologize for that, even though maybe
No.
I should. I don't know. Are you mad at me? Call in. Um, the ROI on a hobby can be zero. The ROI is fun. That is true. That is something it took me a bunch of times to realize that I'm enjoying the writing process and I'm not on a deadline. I'm not looking to make this a job. There's no like magnum opus that I need to get out of my brain before I perish. There's
Yeah,
just I'm doing this because I'm enjoying the process, and
yeah,
that's
no
most
pressure.
important to me.
I miss that. I miss that, and that's why I'm saying that, like, when I had my full-time job, like, when I wrote those first 10 books, sometimes I look back at that, and even though the writing may be clunkier or whatever, because you get better, as you write more, sometimes I think I captured something better back then
Oh,
because I didn't have that pressure. It was just for the joy. It was just for the fun. And even though obviously I wanted to make it that my career, but like uh, it was such a new world self-publishing back then, and it was really good back then because like I said, it was a little bit easier in terms of getting it into the hands of readers. So it's a lot easier actually. It's way harder now. But yeah, there's a little bit more of magic, I think, in my older books. I mean, I hate to say that, but
I mean, you'll never write something that's evergreen, Becca. So,
yeah.
and
It's just
your next book
interesting.
will
I'm
always
just
be
wondering if
better.
that's the correlation because I had a full-time job and I didn't really have any stress on like this book has to make money like I do now.
That's fair. Maybe we're just jaded by life. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we live in a world where we have to make money, so
That's true. But I'm Capricorn, so I thrive. Um, but yeah, ROI is fun currently, and that's enough for me. Though,
yeah.
would it be amazing if my book turned into, $1 million? Sure.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
wouldn't change me. It wouldn't change me one bit. It would probably. Um, I would pay off my mortgage, and that would make me zero
yes.
profit.
Oh my God.
Let's see. I want to try making writing my side hustle, but Amazon only pays you when you hit 100 euros. Oh, okay. There's so much
Oh,
I have to learn about the business that I'm dreading it, but I'm also loving it because I love research. But right now it's all about the writing craft and the
yeah.
process of writing and the creativity and yada yada yada. I
Yeah.
dread having to go into marketing mode and be like, oh, you got to publish 5 times on TikTok and 2 times on Instagram, and then every Sunday at 1:17, it's the best time to publish a video. So
I
I
know.
dread
It's
that.
pressury. I mean, you get into a rhythm, and then you have months where you don't post at all. But I think like with this book for me, I've been trying to find more like different kinds of ways of marketing. Like I know we've talked about that, but like, like doing the documentary that I did and like doing things like that I couldn't really do for any of my other books, obviously, but like
Let's
um
go to space.
yeah. But yeah, so I enjoy that a lot more because it's still making something that I'm that I can be proud of, that I like, that it's not like just, "Oh, I gotta post, I gotta post, I gotta post, I gotta post," It just was something that meant something to me. So I kind of, in that respect, I kind of have enjoyed the marketing a little bit more for this book. But also on the same time, it's like I keep reliving the trauma because of this book. So part of me is all like, I just want to be done with this book. So I don't have to think
Treated
about it
now. Thank you so
anymore.
much. Decision therapy has worked. Yeah. Well, to be fair though, in this day and age of AI, I think the kind of content that I find intimidating, like the super polished,
Yeah.
the super polished Instagram profiles and all the, I
Mhm.
think that's kind of fading out, and people will, crave more like messy content or whatever you want to call it.
Or real, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, authentic or whatever the
Mhm.
buzzword is.
Yeah.
So I think I'll be good, but I'm still like, ugh, I gotta figure out what a KDP is. Hello, 90-day limit. Ugh, what does that mean?
And it is different, I think, in different countries. Like this, I'm assuming, because like if KDP, Amazon in America, you get paid if you make $1. It's just a direct
Yeah,
deposit.
Kagehime is German, I think.
Yeah. So, and yeah, when you in the US, it's like you get paid even if you sell one book. So,
Yeah, and then I gotta figure out like Norwegian tax laws on hobbies. Like, ugh,
oh,
just ugh, my God, there's so much stuff I have to figure out, and that
okay.
stresses
Well,
me.
you don't have to think about it for a while. We
And
just
if I
need
never publish, I never have to think about it. And I
well,
think
that is
that's what I'm
true
hiding.
too.
I think that's what I'm hiding behind.
That is true, that is true, but you do have a lot of people that will help you out on obviously not Norwegian tax law, but, like,
That's
but
true. And
the
there's a
publishing.
lot more resources out there today than when you started out. So there's a
Oh, yeah,
plethora of information,
100%.
and you just have to sift through it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and you have a lot of friends and
I'm
people
just
that
a simple boy from Norway, a simple country boy. So it's a big job, big shoes.
yes.
Uh, okay. We said this. Yeah, we talked about writing as a job.
Yeah.
Kagehima loves writing in the evenings.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
I'm warming up to writing in the evenings, but usually I'm a day person. Like
Yeah,
from 9 to 12 is my ideal creative
yeah,
time.
same.
Um, I love you. Thank you. Oh, I'm rich and fun. Poor in money. Yeah. Do you feel like you lose grip with reality because you deal with less people? Because you deal less with people?
I do, yes. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I like to do the streams. I have to make them a part of my weekly
Socializing.
routine. Yeah, because if I don't, like when I was really getting into the audiobook and I wasn't able to do any streams, yeah, you kind of just get into that because that's the other thing too is that, when I first moved to Los Angeles, all my film student, friends and my friends were all here and all the people that all my writer friends and everything like that and they all eventually throughout the last 30 years have moved away, so I think I only have like one or two friends that still live here, and so that's like there's something to be said about in-person friends, um so it's, yeah, I mean, but everyone's scattered. I mean, so, honestly, streams are the only way that I really can, connect with my friends. I
That's
mean,
what I thought the other day. I was like, "Ugh, I wish I had more physical friends.
yeah,
Because all
because
my friends are like American, English, French,
yeah,
British,
and it used to be that
Scottish,
way for
and
me, and it
Australian, and it's just like it's
exactly.
great,
It's
but
fantastic, especially
I
for
would
travel.
love to like host a dinner party and everyone could just, come by on an
Yes.
afternoon on a Tuesday. That'd be great.
Exactly, and that's how it used to be here. I would have, like, my friend Faith would come over, and we would write and then watch Buffy, and then write and then watch Buffy, and then write like, reward systems, or my friend Carrie, we would write and play Warcraft, or play and Warcraft, and I miss those days, like, full writing days with friends, and then but also having rewards because rewards don't work for me on my own like that. Like, even if I had, like, a game that I could play, it's all like, I'll just play it, whereas when you have a friend, you're like, "Okay, we have to write for this hour, and then we can play," it helps
Yeah.
having people.
Yeah. I have, yeah, a distinct lack of physical friends or immediate friends, like
Yeah,
geographically.
geographically, yeah.
But I'm very rich in international online friends, so
Yes,
I'm
me too,
grateful for
I
that.
know,
But
it's great. And honestly, it's great for, like, like I said, travel, because you go to like anywhere in the States. I could go to any state practically and I could meet a friend, you know, which is amazing. I
Yeah.
do, but I do miss having the daily friend hangouts.
Yeah. I'd be an even louder bitch if I were rich. Honestly, my 2026 is going about not giving up. I love that.
Yeah, I love
When we
that.
take you Norway over and you're an American, Jakey cries. Greenland is Norway, and I'd like to see you try. Hi, and there is so
Yeah.
much Doom fixate over. It's wild. Cameron says, I do 10K words a week, writing from 6 p.m. to midnight, Monday through Friday after work. It's such a struggle. Dang, 10K a week is crazy. I do 10K a
That's a
month, and that's a good month for me. But
yeah, that's amazing.
what's your day job, Cameron? If you want to answer, it's cool if you don't want to. But I made a real life friend, and it wasn't for me, actually.
Oh,
I want to stay home.
that's so
Oh my
funny.
God, dinner parties with y'all would be so much fun.
Oh,
I long to host dinner
mhm.
parties or just game nights. I want to play board games with friends, but y'all live so far away.
I know.
Yeah.
That'd be so
I mean,
fun.
we're not enemies, but I got burnt out having on to hang out real quick. Yeah, it
Yeah,
depends on the person for me.
I was gonna say, like, I have friends like that too, that I'm just like, maybe once a month or once every couple months, but then you have those friends where, you don't even have to talk. You can just like sit in the same room with each other. Like friends that you can be alone with, but like, I don't know, like you really enjoy just being around them. And yeah, they're few and far between, but it's like when you do find one, that's the for me anyway, that's like I said, I could spend all day with them.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm the same. Like some people I could just like, oh, do you mind being surgically attached to me at all times?
yeah.
And then some people I'm like, okay, I see you once a month for 2 hours and that's about it.
Yeah, and you kind of have to strategize how you hang out with them, like, because if you invite them over, they're gonna stay the entire day.
Girl, don't I know it?
It's so true. So it's all like I always make sure that I have to meet them somewhere or I'll go to their house because then I can be like, "Oh, I gotta go."
I have, nope, that's not a public thought.
The
But we moved.
honestly, what I just said probably is not a public thought either, but, whoops, that's the Aries in me.
Um, yeah. I bet a steak dinner party would be so much fun. It would. It would
Would
rock
be.
your socks off. If you come to DC area, we must meet up.
Yes.
And Kitty says, it's weirdly so much less draining on me when I hang out over the internet, but I know I'm an outlier. There's something about a physical space that just feeds me, not in a sanguine way, but in like, I don't know. When I like a person, I just want to spend every waking moment with them. And the
Yeah.
internet, although it works fine, I guess,
Yeah.
it's not the same.
It isn't the same. I agree.
So,
I miss it.
yeah. Property management. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, a lot of action during the day too. So, I'm impressed you're getting 10K a week.
Yeah. That's amazing.
If you're ever in my area, Becca, I'll bail on plans. Ask the others who have come around.
Oh my gosh.
It's less draining, but also less rewarding. Yes, this. I'm not that sort of friend for anyone. I'm too much for all day. I think I groomed my husband. Always an adult. Lol.
That's funny.
Um, that's a lot. It's just us and a few friends. Okay. Work, everyone. It's been 2 hours almost,
I
I
know,
guess.
sorry.
No, no, no. This was very cathartic to me. I loved it. Thank you so much for sharing. Also, big news, Harry Styles is publishing a new album in
Oh,
February. Nope,
oh,
in March. So
okay.
there you go. That's today's news announcement. New Harry Styles album called Kiss All the Time, period.
Mm.
Disco, comma, occasionally. Okay. Excited for that. Let's see. Cocktail timer. There we go. Okay. We're gonna do who is Harry Styles of One Direction fame? Eva.
Eva.
Huge for the most annoying person you know, me. Miranda, I'm right there with you. Which reminds me, I need to listen to Canyon Moon. I think I'm going to listen to that during the break.
Oh,
Anyway, let's do another 40 minutes on the clock, doing more edits. And I guess am I writing or editing or what am I? I'll figure it out. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's roll. How was that for you, Miss Becca?
Um, good. I did one short chapter, so that was good. And then now I'm into another longer chapter, but I'm like halfway through, so
Love that.
yeah. How about you?
I got through a bunch of more chapters for like what I wanted to make sure that is there not in place of, but like make sure that everything I want in the chapter is in the chapter and that it's happening as it happens in my head and not necessarily as I write it, if that makes sense. Because
Okay.
sometimes I have an intention going into a chapter and then I don't always execute.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm just making sure that the chapters stay as they are. I'm also, and this might be something you can answer, but is this the point where I should put my book into chapters or can I still work in scenes for a dev edit?
Oh, I only write in chapters. I don't write in scenes.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't know. Yeah, like for me, if it's not already in chapter form, my brain loses it just goes like and I lose all structure and I have to have it like that so that I can keep the structure in my head. It's psychological, I'm sure, but like so I don't know cuz my friend does that. Like she writes in scenes and I don't think she put hers into chapters until like the last minute kind of thing. So I guess it's
Oh,
when you
interesting.
feel comfortable.
Yeah, I just find it easier to edit in scenes because then I can look at the singular unit and be like, okay, this is airtight. This is
Right.
not so airtight. Okay, I like that one. But if
Okay.
I have chapters, but yeah,
Yeah,
just
I guess like
question, what is a chapter? I guess a chapter is just a section of your book that the story takes place in.
yeah.
There's the book, and then there's each act, and then the acts are divided into chapters, and then a chapter can contain multiple scenes or just one scene. So that's usually
Yeah.
my go-to, like one scene for one chapter. But sometimes I either start a chapter with a shorter scene, like 500, 700 words,
Right.
and then have the main bit, or I end the scene with like a summary, basically. So a 500, 300 word situation.
Right. Yeah, cuz like
That's the age-old question, I guess.
yeah.
Whatever you want it to, it's arbitrary at this point, but a chapter should just contain like it needs a beginning, a middle, and end, and it needs something to happen. Like it needs to move the story forward somehow.
Yeah.
Not all scenes have beginnings and middles and ends. Some scenes are just beginnings or middles or ends.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I hope that that would not abundantly clear at all. Let's see
Yeah.
what Google says.
I mean, yeah, for me
Uh,
uh-oh. I think you froze. Or did I freeze?
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Was that me? Or was that you? You seem good now. I just didn't know
I
if
think
I
that was
froze or you
me.
froze. Okay.
Okay. Google says a chapter is a main division of a book, typically with a number or a title.
I mean, that's very generic, but
Yeah, but it's a section of your book, and
yeah. Yeah, it just depends on how you divide up your story. Like for me, I like to I started out with screenplays. So it was scenes, but and each scene leads up to like the first plot point or whatever. So learning how to divide it into chapters, I think, is why I have to like stick to it. So otherwise my brain's like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, one of my other points is, as Katie say, are you still moving a lot of scenes around? Because then I'd say keep them in scenes so you're not fuzzing with the numerical stuff. I am moving events around, so it makes sense to have it in scenes, I guess,
Oh,
for now.
okay. Yeah.
Because I'm like, have a moment where he breaks into a room, but does that go at the end of Act One or the beginning of Act One? Like, how does that look? And I have
Okay.
a lots of little scenes, so I think I'll keep it in scenes for now. And then,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
as your friend, I'll just put it in chapters when I feel like it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, see, because if I couldn't the reason why I couldn't do that is because the way that I outline and the way that I write chapters, nothing could be swapped around.
Mm.
Like, because I'm following the structure. So, the scene, if I moved it, it wouldn't do you know what I mean? Like, I guess maybe that's I think that's the thing too, is that I guess if you're more like plot heavy writer or if you're more like a combination of plot character or if you're just character kind of thing. I think the more character driven you are, the more you can swap your scenes around.
Well, I don't know if I'm character driven. Like I'm very plot focused, but it's like one of my scenes is, for example, like Cassidy breaks into a room because X, Y, and Z. And that's like the outline. And that can happen. Well, that's the outline at this stage. I'm going to flesh it out when I
Okay.
get to writing, but like that's just the event that's happening. And that event I can kind of move around depending on the progress of the character. Like,
Okay.
what do I want the outcome of this scene to be? Because I had it a lot earlier in the draft, in my first draft.
Okay.
But then I figured, okay, if I want social isolation to be like the main takeaway from Act 2A, it
Okay.
makes sense that this comes later because then the outfall would be more impactful, basically.
Okay.
So when the whole, pinch point of Act 2 happens before the midpoint, I've
Right.
already done all these things. And yeah,
Okay.
so that's kind of the stage I'm at where I'm like looking at
Okay.
things and events and how does the events shape the character progression because my character has an arc that I'm
Right.
trying to work through.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense.
so it's not necessarily that I don't start at A and then outline my way to Z and then call it
Okay.
a day.
Right.
I go back and forth like, okay, so if this happens here, then this could be fun here, and this could be like an
Right.
echo or a mirror or whatever, and like,
Okay.
yeah, sort of those
Then yeah,
things.
I would definitely keep it in scenes for now then, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an intuitive plotter, so I know where everything goes. I just don't know how to package it into chapters. I don't even know what an intuitive plotter is. Um,
I mean, if you're just kind of like writing and you know the plot and you know how it's going, then if you to divide it into chapters, just try to find a natural spot where it kind of not a cliffhanger, but something that would want the reader to read on.
yeah,
You know? Like
chapters are basically just vibes. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like a bite-sized sandwich of your novel.
yeah. If you're just writing all one and you're trying to figure out where to divide the chapters. I'm actually interesting enough. I think I might try to do that with my Riser series because remember how I told you my Riser series is like it's 100,000 words, but it's like 7 chapters because each chapter is a day.
Girl,
Yeah, because each chapter is like a full day. And like no one's ever complained about this, by the way. I thought for sure, like the way people complain about long chapters, I would get like reviews, but no one has ever complained about it. But I was thinking if I was going to rebrand the book, I might just do 7 days and
that
then
makes more, and have 7
divide it
parts. That
into
makes more. That makes
chapters.
more sense.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I might do that. Because back when I did this was like kind of a trend kind of thing where it was just like 24 hours,
Oh.
24 hours, 24 hours. So it was like a
Oh, Jack Bauer.
yeah, a
Who
little bit
would
of a Jack
forget?
Bauer kind of thing going on. Yeah, so but nowadays I feel like people like shorter chapters. So I think I might at some point, maybe when I do the audiobook, figure out where I can divide it into like chapters within the parts.
That
Because that
makes
could be
sense.
fun. I mean, I did that. I actually ended up doing that with my second trilogy, which was Atlas, where it takes place over 4 days. But I did like day one and then the
Dun
chapters
dun.
day two. Yeah, I know.
Or
Obviously,
whatever
very
the
into
24
24.
audio is.
Ding ding.
What do I do with dual point of view? Because my point of view chunks are sometimes more than one scene, but also short like 500 words. Personally, I just like if I have a section of a story from one character, I'll just like if that takes 3 chapters to get through, it's just 3 chapters from Becca's point of view. And
Yeah.
then, a section of the story from Stig's point of view, and that might be 5 chapters or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you don't need to alternate chapters. I think that's a very like limiting mindset. You can just have I I I would think of it in terms of like plot beats and like
Mhm.
story, like do one section of the story and then one section of the story and then one section instead of just every second chapter, because that could be like you could
Yeah.
go crazy trying to fit that into like a book, like every
Yeah.
second chapter.
Like my last 2 books, like Dream Guy and this book, like it's probably about 60/40 or even 70/30 per character. So it's like I kind of have like my main character, but then this other person is the secondary character, but they don't have as many chapters. But then you have books like I have one of my books, the Hexsphere books, and that is divided down the middle. And that is like it was very easy plot wise to go from one to the other, from one to the other. Like I never had to do 2 in a row. Like it really worked to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But sometimes no, it doesn't work to go back and forth like that. So yeah.
I think like the takeaway is make the chapter work for your book. Don't make your book work for the chapters,
Yeah,
basically.
I agree.
That is so unhelpful, Kagehime, and I'm so sorry, but
No, it's very helpful. I think that's true. Yeah.
it's whatever it takes, basically.
Yeah. Whatever feels right.
I had a book with 3 point of views once, and I tried to kind of juggle it so that they would alternate, but I was like, this is crazy. This makes no sense.
Oh yeah. No, Kilkeo, I can't even say my own title. Kilkeo Peak, yes, 3 POVs, same. And I'm already like, when I started doing the rewrites, I'm all like, no, I can't do this. The first girl has to have 2 chapters because I was at the one chapter was becoming growing, and I'm all like, just have her have 2 chapters. Who cares?
Yeah, it's very arbitrary.
Yeah.
So
that's so funny.
Yeah, seeing the flow of action and breaking it up in terms of how to keep the pace moving and the reader wanting to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that sage advice from one of the industry's best on AuthorTube, I guess, and me, I think that's it for today. It's been 2 lovely hours and 41 lovely minutes.
Yes.
And thank you so much for being here, Becca. As always, this was very insightful. I feel like we had some good talks today. So I'm glad this is archived on YouTube so I can go back and reference it whenever I'm starting this marketing shenanigans.
Yes. Well, I am here for you when you start your marketing shenanigans.
Me and Malin still waiting for that, course, introductory marketing 101 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I know that
seminar is what she's calling it.
Ads and stuff. So yeah, I can do a Facebook ad thing too if you guys want to get into that. But
I don't think Facebook is where my audience is at, but
you'd be surprised. But yeah, you never know. I mean, I
mean, I guess my demographic is like men and women between 18 and 45. So
yeah,
they could be on Facebook too, but
yeah, I know right now, I think, yeah, well, yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Yes.